Hey everyone, it's Akia from December's Divine. Welcome to your Starseed energy reading, which focuses on the Great Division and New Earth, okay? To all of my December warriors, welcome back. To any new viewers, welcome to my channel. You're still welcome here. Sending you peace, love, and an abundance of truth. This is a reading that's going to give us some insight into how we're dealing with the energies of the Great Division, okay? That separation of 3D, low vibrational energy, and 5D. This is all about raising the love consciousness of the world, of the earth, and preparing for new earth, okay? And so we're going to jump right in. I drew 2 oracles. This reading is going to consist of quite a bit of oracle messages. This is really about education, about knowledge. If anyone has any need for guidance on how to deal with these energies, sometimes with as we're on this journey, and this is really for anybody, honestly. You don't have to be a starseed or a Blu-ray or a healer or a light worker. The responsibility really falls with all of us. If you're new to the journey, if you've had an awakening due to a twin flame experience or a near-death experience or whatever the catalyst was, there are going to be quite a bit of rebirths and awakenings and epiphanies happening during this time period. This year, for the rest of this year, it's going to be a spike, okay, in the amount of people who are waking up from the matrix and seeking truth and knowledge and coming to the realization that everything in this existence needs to be questioned. And there's a spiritual war that is here, and this agenda dates back very, very far, and the goal of the enemy is to keep you asleep and stuck and as far away from the truth as possible. And healers, starseed light workers, now more than ever, are needed to guide and to spread the truth, and of course, most importantly, raise the consciousness of everyone for this shift, for this division, basically, of energies. I will leave a link in the description of one of my original readings that I did on this, where I talk more in depth about the split, New Earth, and how that affects everyone depending on their the vibration that they're vibrating at, and where that places you, and how things are in place, okay, as we speak, for this shift to happen in terms of New Earth. To put it on a very basic scale of comprehension. If you are on your path to ascension and you have done the work and you are your consciousness is raised and you are operating in 5D, okay, you will be prepared for ascension when it's time and when the consciousness of the earth is ready to ascend to new earth. If you are still stuck in the matrix and you are a good intended soul who's just not aware, who's just not at a consciousness that will allow you to function on new earth at a level of preparedness for the truths that will be coming in, then there will be a place to prepare you. Good intended, good souls who just aren't awake. And then that leaves those who operate in low vibration, those who intentionally take away the free will of others, those who are taken over by demonic entities, who have agendas. Unfortunately, those who do not want to vibrate high, do not want to learn from their lessons, who have no desire to absolve their karma. These are the souls who will be left on the old earth with like-minded souls, okay? This goes also for souls who have already passed on the other side, okay? God is an awesome God, and even those who are lonely souls who have committed suicide, you know, they will be left on the old earth. But God is a forgiving God and an amazing God. And even those who choose to dwell in darkness, that speck of light that's within them still has that potential, okay, to overcome all darkness. So hopefully there will be a catalyst for these low vibrational souls to begin the process of judgment and absolving their karma. And there will be a time and place for even those who have committed suicide, who are stuck in the 3D. They will have an opportunity to raise their vibrations. Because, like I said, God is a forgiving God, and we're all waking up, okay, from a very dark agenda. And those who have lost their life who've taken their lives, okay, due to suicide, many of them were dealing with afflictions, and some were taken over by demonic entities, addictions, and so much pain. I mean, just so much pain. And knowledge is power. And these souls will have an opportunity to raise their vibration, and one day there's hope that they will have done the work to make it to New Earth as well. So this message is really about hope and about knowledge, education. Mother Earth cannot go on this way. And that's why this year you probably noticed there's been a period of judgment, and obviously there will be revelations, okay, all throughout this year. The number 7 for me has been very strong since the end of last year. 7, it could be July, sometime this summer, end of spring, that there is going to be significant changes in this world. That's already happening all over the world right now. Significant omens and signs, and there is a cry from Mother Earth for change. There's so much darkness, and there's so much pain, and there's so much hate and anger and evil. And the time is now, okay, for New Earth, and everything is in place. And at the moment when the consciousness of the earth hits that mark where it's prepared, then it's just going to happen. And we have to be prepared for this. And it's about your energy and about the love in your heart and keeping your vibrations high. It's not about what's on the outside. It's not about, your acts so much as what's in your heart. It's a time of breaking down structures. There are Catholic churches and pastors and all kinds of leaders who are evil. Your title doesn't make you who you are. It's the compassion in your heart. The meek shall inherit the earth. God will effortlessly take from the powerful to provide sustenance and inheritance to the humble. So, to bring it on back down for a little bit, because I don't want to get too far. This is supposed to be a, a mini reading, trying to kind of get into the energies of what to expect during this period of this energy of separation. And I may do a really another in-depth starseed reading, but right now we're just I wanted to give a little history. I will leave the link in the description of another reading that's more intricate in explanation of what's really happening in the celestial realms and the higher dimensions, and other star systems and the fairies and the mermaids and the crystalline cities and all of that. But for now, we're just going to kind of tap into how this energy of the separation is affecting us in our very everyday life with family, co-workers, friends, how that separation energy is really affecting everyone and how to cope with it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start off with these two oracles here. First, we're going to actually start with our sacred spirit message, which is number 28. We get a lot of 10 numerology all week long because of this full moon energy in Leo and that releasing end of a cycle that's happening. But 28 breaks down to a 10. Okay, mindful wisdom. Create inner harmony in terms of this separation energy and new earth. Okay, tuning out distractions. All right, so many may be feeling this energy of, you know, if you are on your path, on your journey, vibrating high, coming up against opposition, frustration, feeling misunderstood, or those who are still operating in the 3D, not understanding you, not being able to mesh the energies without friction. This is a time period also of not getting attached to the 3D. You may be feeling this energy of just the things that you held dear to you, detaching from that, detaching from familiarity, and guilt could be an emotion that's really prevalent during this period. But we're going to start with the oracle of the sacred spirit. And yeah, definitely tuning out distractions is really important in this period, and staying focused, keeping your vibrations high despite distractions, and despite being antagonized, or despite negative forces that may come up against you. But we will get into that energy here shortly. Mindful wisdom, okay? Starseeds, the Great Division, New Earth. Okay. Number 28, breaking down to it. 10. Mindful wisdom. Create inner harmony. Silence your inner critic. Mindfulness is the simple act of being present in each moment, but for most people, it is not always achievable during daily life. Complications of employment, relationships, children, social activities, and career choices can all seem to distract us from achieving this goal. It is only when you choose to become present that you receive clarity of consciousness, peace of mind, and objective understanding surrounding current issues. The owl is a representation of inner knowing and mindfulness, patiently and carefully monitoring their surroundings, followed by clear and direct action. You may be feeling confused about people's actions, but like the owl, we must observe our surroundings to the best of our ability to see the real meaning of a person's actions or the origin of specific issues. Now is the time to journey inward, to access your inner knowing and personal wisdom through mindful practice to create a homeostasis and equilibrium in your heart and mind. Bring yourself back to a heart space where you can approach anything with calmness and clarity. Right now, place yourself of value. When the owl appears in your life, it encourages you to use strong intuition to gain wisdom about matters that you shouldn't ignore. More importantly, self-worth and confidence. Tolerance can be achieved through objectivity and inner peace, acknowledging all our experiences so we can be objective with our emotional and mental processes. Instead of reacting immediately out of anger, mindfulness allows you to be aware of this anger, helping you realize why you are angry, and then process the circumstances surrounding this emotion. This new form of emotional intelligence allows you to physically react using a positive process and method that is beneficial to you and others, while understanding the reasoning behind the behaviors. This is definitely about using your intuition in terms of dealing with 3D matters, and just really using all of your strength, and even in the most difficult and trying situations, to keep your vibrations high, to be an example to those who may be operating in 3D vibrations, to see that their actions are out of character, not yours, and to also encourage those around you to raise their consciousness as well. Now, mind you, you can interact and come in contact with people who literally are evil, or who just are persistent in terms of chastising you, or antagonizing you. And in that case, all you can do is maintain your dignity and your grace, and pray for them and walk away. But it's saying to definitely use your emotional intelligence, okay, when reacting. And it'll help you understand yourself better and the reasoning behind the behaviors of others. Shadow aspect to be mindful of during this period, okay? Stubbornness, impatience, forgetfulness, and thoughtlessness, okay? That's a shadow aspect to be mindful of within yourself and others. Sacred crystal during this period, Charite, okay? Charroite, Charite. Angel assistants during this period, Archangel Zadkiel. The Archangel specializing in forgiveness, releasing judgment, and painful memories. Affirmation: I react sensitively to others as I respect my personal boundaries. I react sensitively to others as I respect my personal boundaries. Okay, so boundaries are pivotal, are going to be very important during this period, and beyond, okay, in terms of the division energy, of the separation of those who are not vibrating on your level. It's not about exclusion, because this is also about helping others raise their vibrations as well, spreading that love, helping others out anytime that you can. But those who choose to not take that advice, or that gentle, loving coaxing to, wake up and to see the truth, and to spread love and joy, and choose to operate in that low vibrational energy, is going to take boundaries. You're going to have to set your boundaries, keep them in place, and try your hardest to be sensitive to everyone, and most importantly, yourself. Okay. Number 28, breaking down to a 10, end of a cycle, ending, okay? An old way of life, old earth, ending new earth, okay? Mindful wisdom, create inner harmony, silence your inner critic, okay? Perfect. And now we're going to pull 2 more oracles. The overall energy for this reading is the Tower and the Hermit, okay? The Tower and the Hermit. So, for me, the Hermit speaks of protection, galactic, ancestors. It speaks of teachings, ascended masters here on earth who operate in the 5D, who are here to help teach, guide, enlighten others about the truth. Tower. Okay. Removing the masks, letting ego fall away. This is just like the Tower, 3D, the Hermit, 5D. And merging this in between, okay? Doing your part in raising the consciousness of the world, the earth, and everyone in it, to prepare for new earth, to basically avoid getting stuck. When this enlightenment comes in, and when earth reaches that consciousness, there is no turning back at that point. So it's really about breaking free of the illusions of the matrix, removing the masks, and exposing the truth in order to change it. Change is difficult. It will shake you. The familiar will be broken down, and you will be removed from your comfort zone. It's time to let go, let the ego fall away. It's time for change, upheaval, awakenings, many, many awakenings, okay? Awakenings during this period. News and information that will come in once New Earth is here will be shocking. And now is a time to prepare for these revelations. Many, many, many awakenings during the rest of this year. So yeah, overall energy, enlightenment, divine timing, divine justice. And the Hermit is definitely just speaks of healers, starseeds, the guides, the ascended masters. This also speaks of solitude. Okay, so many starseeds or people who are vibrating high, working toward their purpose, their path, going into solitude. Okay, solitude is different than isolation. Solitude is where you go, actively go and seek knowledge to gain insight. Okay. Introspection, deep reflection, looking inward for truth and wisdom, a time of reflection and calm, and using your inner light to help others find their path to this new consciousness and coping with revelations this year, okay? But this is the overall energy. So with the Tower, that's Mars energy. I know right now that Mars is in Sagittarius. Sagittarius are the sages of the zodiac, all about higher knowledge, forward movement, change. The Hermit is Virgo energy, mercurial energy, and that speaks of a new way of thinking, information coming in, and change. Okay, so we're going to pull a card from Earth Magic to see what that can tell us about this energy of the Great Division, New Earth, time. Okay, and then we're going to pull from the Angelarium. We will do a 3-card spread of tarot from the Good Tarot, and do a Rumi oracle message, okay, to conclude. Can we get a Earth Magic oracle from Spirit in terms of how to deal with the energy of the Great Division, New Earth? How to deal with this separation of vibrations. Movement. Keep moving forward. And keep moving forward. Onward and upward, not backwards. Helping everyone along the way. Okay. And one Angelarium card. Yeah, on the bottom of the deck. The same way that we're aware of this love consciousness and this separation energy, this is a spiritual war. So there are entities and specific attacks that are happening against light workers and people who are on the journey toward ascension to create these delusions and emotional imbalances, temptations. But yeah, guilt, pain, but this is divine timing. So this is going to be, there's going to be justice. And there's going to be karma, okay? Astrological correspondence to the world is Saturn. And there is an ending happening here, a major completion. There we go with the 7 again. I told you guys, I continue to get the 7 synchronicity. I do believe that in 7 months or sometime thereabouts, there will be something significant happening with the world, okay? 7. But yes, that is something that we're dealing with. A lot of temptations, guilt, in dealing with how to move forward. And there is a lot of guilt and pain with separation. But there's a higher purpose here that we have to focus on and we cannot get caught up in the illusions, okay? Okay, one Angelarium card, please. This division energy, new earth, how to move past this guilt, how to keep our boundaries secure. Angel of mercy. Okay. Okay. So dealing with this separation energy with family, co-workers, friends, working towards staying in this high vibrational energy, helping to raise the vibrations of others around you, while simultaneously dealing with guilt and temptations and trickery. Tune out distractions. Yeah, number 16, breaking down to a 7. It's all about wake-up calls, warnings, not to worry. You are backed by the divine in your endeavors. Okay, stay on your path, keep your vibrations high, and all will be well. But there are definitely distractions being placed in the spiritual war to keep you confused, to keep you from spreading this love consciousness. Number 35. Tune out distractions. Now it's time to tune out the intrusive voices, choices, and opinions of others and tune into your authentic inner voice. Strengthen contacts with your inner guidance by refraining from asking others to weigh in with their opinions. Do not be fearful that you'll make a wrong decision and suffer irreversible consequences. That is an illusion, okay? We all know that illusions are created to cause fear, confusion, and that is all low vibrational energy, which is what we're trying to tune out. You can trust your inner voice to guide you now, and it is time to begin. Your divine energy is calling you to tune others out and tune inward instead. Hence, the Hermit. Get quiet and listen to your deepest wisdom. Your inner guidance can lead you to what is best for you, so all other voices must go. Your divine invitation, block out the din of the external world so that you can listen to the still voice within. It can be heard, but it won't compete with the world for your attention. You must choose to tune inward through quiet time and meditation, and refuse to allow your life to be run by others. Be selective in what and who you listen to, giving the priority to what your heart says. Only then will you find the answers you're seeking. This is also saying that although it's very important during this time to, raise consciousness and help others, it is most important that you are balanced, okay? Through meditation, through quiet inner reflection. And when you are truly balanced and focused, then you can truly go out and help those who are stuck, sleep, unawakened, to raise their consciousness and to get into this awareness that's needed during this period. Okay? So yeah, tuning out distractions and taking care of yourself mentally, spiritually, staying grounded. Next we have river and movement. How to work with these energies and dealing with this guilt, and helping yourself to stay high vibing, and being at your utmost to help others do the same, and also combating this guilt and these distractions and illusions being created by low vibrational entities and energies. The river. The softened light from the sun falls upon this meandering river, the sparkles reflecting the gentle movement take place in the river's body. She moves easily around the curves and rocks, sometimes gently as portrayed in this card, and sometimes quite rapidly and intensely. Still, the river's movements will always eventually land her in the bosom of great grandmother ocean. Some of her waters will evaporate along the way to feed the water of the sky, just as it takes place in any other bodies of water, and bless the land and the seas with replenishment in a perfectly natural cycle that helps the planet sustain itself. Water is our lifeblood, a nutrient more essential than food. The flow of water throughout our own bodies serves as a metaphor for how life itself flows through us and expresses as us. Fighting or blocking the flow of your life force can lead you to feeling spiritually void and disconnected from source. Just like the metaphor of the river, it does not work to force or fight this compelling movement. When you simply pay attention and observe the flow, it becomes easier to navigate your experiences and see what lies ahead, or at least get a sense of what it is to come by the ever-changing geography that unfolds as you cruise along. Your resistance is hampering your ability to make a choice in this matter. Surrender to the movement of life. Be grateful, and you will see the signs along the shore and in the river itself that offer you clues about what direction your egoless self is to be making. Go with the flow is more than a trite aphorism here. It is essential that you do so. Breathe, relax, and you will know. This could be a dual message for those who are creating resistance, to those who are choosing to continue to focus on their path, their purpose. But this is also in terms of dealing with low vibrational people, or dealing in the 3D realm when you are focused on the 5D, is just to go with the flow and surrender. You know, don't try to force information, or force the access to information that's needed. All will be provided for you in divine timing. It's urging you to just pay attention and flow, to keep moving forward on your journey, to continue navigating your experiences, and to let things happen naturally. Also, in terms of dealing with loved ones or people who you're trying to help change or raise their vibrations, this is also speaking of when you've done all you can do is focus on you, and to continue to just move forward, go with the flow, and know that God and the divine will provide the answers and the truth And you can't force anyone to awaken or to raise their vibrations. It's a very personal journey. And all you can do at that point is set your boundaries and keep moving forward. Okay? And our last oracle is from the Angelarium. Okay, the Oracle of Emanations. And we're going to kind of see which angel is here to assist us through this energy. So we have Zadkiel, the angel of mercy. I wish these oracles were numbered. Okay, so we have Zadkiel, the angel of mercy. The one who meets meters our forgiveness, and the one who judges transgression. Zadkiel is the swift gavel as well as the crushing hammer. Those who have sinned against your fellow man, Zadkiel, may relieve you of your punishment, but in asking, you submit yourself to the scales of the angel's judgment and wrath. Zadkiel sees all the cracks and scams of the soul, finds all the things we cover up to convince ourselves of the illusion of a moral existence. Zadkiel reminds us to reveal our failings openly and be judged by those that have the power to forgive. It is only the just who may make such reckonings. Signs, scales, rising smoke, a gavel. So this is the illusions being lifted, okay? We've already experienced quite a bit this year in 2020. We've witnessed with our own very eyes many, many judgments occurring and taking place. And the revelations keep coming, keep coming. So this is speaking of people, the divine stepping in, divine justice, the tower coming down, and the need to be your true, authentic self. Zadkiel sees all the cracks and scams of the soul, finds all the things we cover up to convince ourselves of the illusion of a moral existence. There is no more hiding in 2020. It's you're either low vibration or you're high vibration, and there's really no in between, and that is the major issue here. And it doesn't matter where these relationships fall, in family, in business, and friendships. Those titles mean nothing. It's the soul that's being counted during this time. And it's very painful to deal with not having the say in how you interact with someone who you were once close to, or who you have a very close relationship with, or a family member, or, you know, it's difficult, but it's really becoming out of your control. So that's why it's so important to really address your karma during this period, to do your shadow work, to go figure out your triggers, know who you are, meditate, ask for discernment, divine guidance, continue to encourage those you love to do the same, and to release it to God, those who you can't change, and know that you are protected by those who want to change you, low vibrational entities and darkness, that is whose agenda is to come and to attack the starseeds of the world, who are trying to change and heal and guide. Zadkiel reminds us to reveal our failings openly and be judged by those that have the power to forgive. It is only the just who may make such reckonings. There will be many judgments, and that will continue this year and beyond. Cosmic justice, divine justice, legal 3D justice as well. The smoke is clearing. Rising smoke is a sign. Okay, be mindful of fires, be mindful of fumes. Okay, but there will be signals. There will be a signal. The rising smoke reminds me of the signal, that last signal that Mother Earth will recognize, and that will be, it will just happen instantaneously. There won't be any more time. Okay, it's a signal that will happen, that will push things into play here. And a gavel, that's when the final judgment will be in place. Okay, so that is our oracle messages. And now we're going to pull tarot from the good tarot. Okay, can I get 3 cards from the good tarot on what the divine wants us to be mindful of as starseeds, or anyone who really is looking on the path to ascension, who are focused on raising their vibrations and the vibrations of the earth. What is it that we need to be aware of? The energies that are prevalent. 3 cards, please. 8 of water. 8 of water. Moving forward. Temptation, okay? Temptation or judgment. I'm sorry, temptation or the devil. One more card, please. One more card, please. 5 of water, okay. Bottom of the deck. 8 of earth, okay, or like the 8 of pentacles, which is all about creativity, focus, mastering a craft, unmatched creativity. The divine is saying that, oh, this is 3 of earth. I'm sorry, not 8 of earth. That's very, the script is a little confusing, but 3 of earth. Wow, okay. A time of working together in relation to Earth, Mother Earth, building and collaborating and finding solutions, building confidence of others as they awaken and as they are seeking to wake up and move out of this stagnant matrix energy, okay? 3 of earth. And this is a time of working together, okay? Healers, light workers, starseeds, everyone all over the earth, collaborating, working together in the spiritual war to overcome this disharmony and this competition and this interference and this stagnicity that the reptilian and the draconian agenda has embedded in this earth since the beginning, and which cannot be tolerated any longer. It's a collective effort to continue to raise the vibrations of this earth and to operate in love and not hate and evil. Okay, so we have 8 of water, okay, in terms of this energy of the division. As we are preparing for new earth, it's all about the time is coming and it's drawing near, okay? 8 months time. If anything, these energies are building and building, and there will be more and more signs to come leading into the summer months, August, September, 7, 8, 9 months. We more and more signs leading to this new consciousness level, but it's a need to truly walk away. The 8 of Cups is about abandonment. There will be this energy of people feeling abandoned, but it's do or die. No one can embark on this journey for you. You have to take those steps to change your life, to address your karma, to travel towards a new way. And those who are already embarking on this journey, there is and will be, continue to be a need to walk away from the past and those who are not on your level, in order to preserve your energy. There's this energy of withdrawal and loss of interest in the 3D, because there's a focus of what's to come. All right. It's almost like looking ahead out at the horizon, knowing that this promise of freedom from the old ways of being, from old earth, from lack mentality, from the love of possessions. The treasure is sitting right there, but this image's back is toward it, and the focus is on being filled with this love of freedom, this love of what is to come, what's above, what's beyond. Okay, 8 of earth, 8 of water. From the Good Tarot, it says, journey of discovery, letting go and seeking a deeper meaning and a greater authenticity beyond superficiality. Wow. All that glitters isn't gold, and I know that I always deserve authentic riches, the gold that fills me with joy, abundance, and understanding. I fearlessly pause to re-examine where I have been, where I am, and where I might go. Now I consciously choose the path that is right for me instead of the one that seems likely to draw me into it, or the one I feel I ought to walk. I am true to my heart. I've come as far as I can, and I leave by the wayside the last of illusions, the last bit of fear and shame. I will no longer hold on to what isn't right for me. Wow. So anyone who's having difficulties with this divisional energy of 3D and 5D, and trying to move on toward your ascension and your path, know that there's no need to feel guilt. Everyone cannot go with you on your path, on your purpose. And people have to want to change. They have to start the process of addressing their karma on their own. And speaking of leaving behind the illusions, okay? The fear, codependency. Fear is of the devil. Leaving in the past, the last bits of fear and shame. I will no longer hold on to what isn't right for me, without guilt, without shame. 8 of water. The next card we got for this energy of the division and separation, dealing with guilt and having to walk away. We have the devil, okay? In the Good Tarot, they call it temptation, but obviously this is number 15 breaking down to a 6 is all about a choice. We all have a choice. We all have free will to make the proper choices for our lives. This is about temptation. This is about being pulled back into karmic cycles. This is about keeping your vibrations high. This is about dealing with having to separate yourself from these type of energies in order to continue on your ascension. About what is coming, choosing freedom, choosing to leave behind fear, choosing the path that's right for you. Temptation. We all know that temptation comes after awakenings, after a death, after a transformation, okay? And that's what this is all about. This is preparation for a new earth. This is preparing every soul on earth to raise their vibrations and to wake up from the matrix, okay? And this year and beyond is going to be overabundance of awakenings, okay? And that's why there are so many healers and starseeds and all kinds of unconventional methods to reach people, okay? And once awakened, then there's a need to find balance, because balance is going to be needed in the face of the devil, in the face of temptation and fear and illusions, okay? Number 15, temptation, attachment. The material world is my playground, but I need to be careful not to be attached to outcomes. This is a warning to me to watch for access and to know what's not healthy for me. When this card shows up, it's a sign that I am focused on the material realm and need to be aware of any access or addictive behavior, my own or that of others. So this is speaking of not having that guilt. If you are in high vibration and you're on the path towards ascension, you know your intuition is heightened. You know what is good for you and what isn't good for you. You know what is an illusion or temptation, and you should not feel guilty for walking away from temptations and low vibrations and low vibrational people and entities, and focusing on keeping your vibrations high in ascension, focusing on helping others, asking God for discernment that you may be able to help those who really desire change, who really desire to look toward freedom versus bondage, and to not feel guilty in your forward movement, in your leaving behind what no longer serves your greatest and highest good, leaving behind the fears, leaving behind those who choose to worship material possessions, codependency, addictions, obsession. Okay? And lastly, energies that are prevalent during this time, 5 of water. Okay? Five of water is like the 5 of cups. Okay? So that is about loss and pain and despair and longing. That's where guilt comes in. Many people are emotionally imbalanced. Submerged in guilt and submerged in resentment and despair. Those who are preparing for new earth and who are focused on this love consciousness may be feeling like failures, if they can't reach someone that they care about to help them. You have to release it. You have to release that to God, okay? All you can do is lead the horse to the water. You can't force them to drink it. That's the job of the devil, to take away free will, okay? All you can do is provide the guidance and the love, and then when you've done all you can do, you release it to God and hope that they can be guided in the direction in which they must in order to be free. Okay. 4 of water. Good tarot. Dreaming and introspection. Contemplation, trusting in the abundance of opportunities. A lull in the action offers a chance for me to dream even bigger than before. Whenever plans turn out not to have come to fruition as expected, I feel secure knowing that even greater things may await me. The universe conspires on my behalf, and disappointment and sadness will wash through me if I simply let them flow. I trust that Spirit has many ways of responding to my desires, and what I seek can take a variety of forms. I have faith in perfect timing and divine order. Be mindful of your dreams. There is a lot of preparation for new earth that is taking place on the astral plane, in the dream state. Is what I'm getting from this as well. But in terms of dealing with this feeling of loss, feeling of failure, or even the guilt of leaving those that you love behind, or not being able to connect, simply let them flow. Let it flow. Let the sadness wash through you. Trust that Spirit has many ways of responding to your dreams and your desires. All will be well, and there is a greater plan. Have faith in perfect timing and divine order. Clarify the 8 of water, please. Clarify the 8 of water. Clarify the 8 of water. Yeah, to clarify the 8 of water. Moving forward. Those feelings of abandonment. Withdrawing from those who are not of like vibration. Loss of interest. Traveling toward something powerful. Something new. Leaving behind the old. Attachments. Material attachments. Old earth, looking toward new earth for ascension, for freedom. Clarified by the 2 of Wands, which speaks of being stunted, okay? Being mindful of people bringing you down, bringing you back into lower vibrational energies. Some may think you're overconfident. That is the illusion that they have created for themselves to help them deal with their lack of focus and their lack of decisiveness. Lack of clarity. This is just a reminder to stay focused on the plan, on the goal, which is raising the consciousness of the earth and looking forward to the future and leaving these old attachments behind. Leaving behind aggression and blockages. Self-doubt. This is what you have your back turned to, because this is the energy of those who are operating in 3D or who choose to not raise their vibrations. All you can do is lead the horse to the water. You can't make them drink it. Continue asking for discernment so that you can help those who do have a desire to grow, to change, to heal, to release, to gain a new perspective. But those who don't, they will be left behind, okay, on the old earth, in this energy, okay, of not being able to go forward to make the transition. And they will be stuck. But this is not you. You're leaving behind that indecision, okay? Moving toward the promise. Clarify the temptation, the devil. Yeah. Complete lack. Materialism, setbacks, loss, overindulgence. None of that's going to mean anything on New Earth, okay? And that's what we're trying to prepare ourselves for now. You know, letting go of attachments and fears and illusions. This is a spiritual war, okay? And you don't have to feel guilty for leaving this behind. This is the difference, okay? This is low vibration, 3D. This is high vibration, 5D. And you have to be mindful in using inner wisdom in order to deal and keep your boundaries firm and to create this inner harmony, okay? So you cannot have guilt for walking away from the devil, walking away from illusions and fears, codependency, addictions, greed, earthly possessions. The goal is freedom, okay? And again, this is what you're leaving behind, okay? More than likely, the very ones that you are trying to separate yourself from are dealing currently with this energy. Focus on attachments, overindulging, luxuries, earthly possessions, dealing with some type of karma, judgment, self-doubt, rejection, blockages, stagnation. This is the same energy that they will be left with on old Earth, okay? And the sad thing about it is that those who operate in this energy, demonic entities, etc., they won't even notice the difference when New Earth comes. Those who are 5D and high vibration will ascend, and they will still be left doing the same things, but they will only have like-minded energy around them, okay? Hopefully that will be the catalyst, but even right now, this energy is prevalent, okay? And this is what you're leaving behind, okay? Self-doubt and energies that are coming against you, wanting to cause problems, spiritual attacks, attacks on your finances. This is all that you're leaving behind. So there's no need for guilt or pain, just discernment in how you deal with these energies, who you're helping, as to protect your own energy to continue on your ascension and to continue with your forward movement and blocking out distractions. Okay. And lastly, 4 of water. Can we clarify the 5 of water, please? Okay, so to clarify the 5 of water, we have some, you know, opposing energies here. The 5 of water. Okay, spoke of releasing grief, allowing sadness to rise and fall, forgiveness, the ebb and the flow of emotion. I feel the fullness of my emotions as they wash through me. The ebb and flow are part of life, and I am present in my feelings today. I fully forgive myself and others and let go of any emotions that were holding me back from acknowledging the truth. I deserve the freedom that comes when I release what is no longer working for me. I make amends to those I may have harmed when emotion was coloring my perception. I surrender any resentment to the divine, knowing they can be transformed into miracles. Fearless inventories lead to liberation. So this is definitely speaking of moving forward, not feeling guilty about the boundaries that you set, and dealing with this energy of separation in preparation for new earth. This is also speaking of knowing that you deserve the promise of your inheritance, and the promises that Mother Earth made to you, the promises that God made to you. You deserve all of it, and you're doing the work to heal yourself and others and the earth. This is about forgiving yourself, forgiving others, and also accepting that there may be others who do not want to forgive you, or who don't understand your purpose and your path. And there may be some people who are against you and support you, and there may be some who are angry or envious or jealous, who don't understand. But it's about surrendering to the divine all that you can't change. I surrender any resentment to the divine, knowing they can be transformed into miracles. This is about even those who are desiring change, to release resentment, release anger, address your karma, and let the miracles happen. The miracles are already happening, and they've been happening. And you want to have things in line the moment that consciousness has reached its peak. Bottom of the deck. You want to have everything resolved and in motion when Mother Earth reaches the level of consciousness needed for new Earth. There won't be time after that. Tower. Okay? Tower. Divine intervention, divine timing, divine justice. So continue on your path of healing, guiding, helping, loving, raising the consciousness. It's a very difficult time, a lot of judgments, a lot of revelations. The division of vibrations is very difficult to process. The guilt, the pain, the separation, but it's necessary. The masks are being removed. You can no longer avoid your karma and your purpose. It's time to wake up from the matrix. So that healing can happen. Healing of the earth. New earth. It's time to heal your relationships, heal your karma. Health is what's in your heart. Get your heart right. Find harmony within your relationships, within your soul. Angel of Mercy, Zadkiel. Says, you can't hide what's truly in your soul. Zadkiel sees all the cracks and seams of the soul, finds all the things we cover up to convince ourselves of the illusions of a moral existence. Zadkiel reminds us to reveal our feelings openly and be judged by those that have the power to forgive. It is only the just who make such reckonings. Scales, rising smoke, a gavel. Balance is being restored. Continue moving forward. Set your boundaries. Do not feel guilt. Ask for discernment to continue guiding, loving, healing, and helping those wake up from the matrix who are willing and who are desiring to operate in love, and keep preparing for new earth and divine timing. Tune out distractions. Keep moving forward. Okay? Continue seeking enlightenment, focusing on change that's coming in, focusing on the revelations and the truth. Forgiving yourself for things you can no longer control. Allowing the loss and the separation and the pain and the guilt to wash over you, and use it for power in order to continue helping those who desire change, preparing for the promise. Temptation is very real during this period. It's time to leave that behind. Keep moving forward. Enlightenment, truth is coming in. Divine timing is here. Divine justice is here. And Eight of Water. Looking out toward the promise. Toward the horizon, leaving behind attachments to worldly possessions, to people, circumstances, situations that no longer serve your greatest and highest good. Journey of discovery, letting go and seeking a deeper meaning and greater authenticity, beyond superficiality. All that glitters isn't gold, and I know that I always deserve authentic riches, the gold that fills me with joy, abundance, and understanding. I fearlessly pause to re-examine where I have been, where I am, and where I might go. Now I consciously choose the path that is right for me instead of the one that seems likely to draw me into it, or the one I feel I ought to walk. I am true to my heart. I've come so far. I've come as far as I can. And I leave by the wayside the last of the illusion, the last bit of fear and shame. I will no longer hold on to what isn't right for me. And that is your Starseed reading, focusing on the Great Division energy that's prevalent during this period, New Earth, and divine oracle guidance that will continue to give us hope and strength during these completions, during these cycles that are so intense, and as we continue to deal with judgment, revelations, and truth, 2020 and beyond. Stay strong. I love you all. Keep your vibrations high and continue to love, spread light, and helping others wake up from the matrix, as well as keeping their vibrations high so that we can reach the peak that's needed for New Earth. Even in the twilight of the darkest and coldest night of December, and there are dark and cold nights every day of the year, but the darkest and the coldest nights are what gives us our resolve, our strength, our perseverance. Even in the twilight of the darkest and coldest night of December, remember, you'll be fine. Nothing can stop what's truly divine.